Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bigger Than Race, exposure to all things truth, whether you like it or not, with unique perspectives from different beings from all walks of life. This is Bigger Than Race. Investigate truth on your own terms. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bigger Than Race. This is your host, Brando, aka Crypto Poppy. And today we are going to talk about the hidden truths behind the Phoenix. Now you hear about the Phoenix all the time. You hear about the Phoenix Suns. Oh, the rising Phoenix. And most importantly, you've seen the Phoenix on that Economist cover of the magazine. And then you've also seen it with Ethereum Classic. And you might see it in other areas of life. But you may not know the true meaning of the Phoenix and where it comes from and why. In this episode, I'm going to break that down. But before I do, I need to start this episode with a damn boom. Boom! Now, before I dive in, the Phoenix, I want you to understand something because I actually shared a little bit of the new Phoenix that's about to rise in one of my previous videos where I spoke about the macroeconomics that came from Edmund D. Rothschild's website. And basically it told us everything that is going to play out within the years of 2020 to 2022, 23. And the Phoenix that is going to rise, everybody's thinking it's going to be the US or China that is going to come first with the digital money. But no, it's already been predicted that Germany is going to rise like the Phoenix Sun, like the Phoenix. And the Chancellor and Germany will be put back on the map and will be first. So, with that being said, the real Phoenix is Germany. Now, if you look, Germany is already ahead when it comes to digitization of their money. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it comes to this bank that is already established in Germany, which is TEN31 Bank, connecting the dots between crypto and conventional banking. TEN31 is a fully regulated German bank. Together with its network of partners, it is leading the way towards mass adoption. Now, wouldn't it be a surprising shock to think that you have Brad Kimes, you have all of these YouTubers that talk about, oh, it's going to be the US coming with a digital, no, it's going to be China, no, it's going to be Japan. But really, it is that hidden Phoenix that no one sees coming that's going to rise. Now, they've already predicted that Germany would rise coming quarter 3, quarter 4, 2020, leading up until 2021. And then that leaves the US and China to battle it out. But what is going to happen is China has a bazooka that they're ready to launch. Boom! That is going to hit the U.S. and Donald Trump around the time of the elections. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be a literal bazooka or a bomb, but it will be a card that China is holding back and waiting for the right opportune time. So you would think it is going to be U.S. and China, but it's going to be the Phoenix, which is Germany, which has already been predicted. Because I tell you, they put things in plain sight, but they also say the best place to hide the truth is right in front of your face or in a book or somewhere you have to read it. Because most people, they're too damn lazy to read and they're too damn lazy to connect the dots. So here I am, Bigger Than Race, Crypto Poppy, here to connect the dots and bring you truth. Now, we're going to take a little dive into the TEN31 real quick before I touch on the Phoenix. Now, This is already a regulated German bank, okay? They're already ready to go. And they already have the digital currencies that they deem as money. You have token pay, you have NIMIQ, and you have LITECOIN. People think LITECOIN is going somewhere. LITECOIN ain't going no damn where. Because LITECOIN is already chosen. And NIMIQ. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys are sleeping if you do not have a bag of NIMIQ. I just have to say that. You need to have some NIMIQ because NIMIQ is already going to reach mass adoption. They are prepared for it. They don't have those long address codes. They're making everything simple. And they also have the technology that you can already swap from fiat to crypto. So this bank already has its chosen currencies, which they deem as money. So go get you a bag of NIM, okay? Because if not, you're sleeping. So now, online checkout. NIMIQ, Token Pay, Salamantex. Okay? They have this ATM provider, POS, exchange, the EFIN, 1031 banks. This is everything they got going on, tokenization platform. All of this. There's more to come. But I just wanted to show you why this is so important. Coming 2020, delivering the fiat smart contract. 1031 plus NIMIQ. With NIMIQ Oasis, Open Asset Swap Interaction Scheme. 1031 and NIMIQ make fiat currencies programmable as if they were tokens on a blockchain. This technology will be accessible through an open and permissionless API as a building block for modern financial applications like non-custodial crypto/fiat trades. One customer wants to buy crypto using their SEPA bank account. Another wants to sell their crypto for euros. NIMIQ Oasis creates a smart contract that connects to SEPA through 1031. Both parties send their assets to the contract. The contract cryptographically executes the exchange if both assets have been provided or otherwise refunds the owners. We're talking about accept receive euro 1031 Salamantex. But if this ain't the phoenix rising and you don't even see it coming, I don't know what. Prepare. The chancellor from Germany is going to rise with the phoenix. And then everybody's going to look stupid thinking it's going to be the US and China. But no, they already have everything lined up how it's going to play out. And you just need to watch. Don't take my word for it. Take Edmund D. Rothschild's macroeconomics word for it, because it's already been written. Now, let's dive into the Phoenix. The rising of the Phoenix and the New World Order. Before the dawn, the inhabitants of the earth, whose names have not been written in the book of life from the creation of the world, will be astonished when they see the beast, because he once was, now is not, and yet will come. That's Revelations chapter 17, verse 8. Exposing Babylon. In ancient Greek and Egyptian mythology, the phoenix is a mythical bird associated with the Egyptian sun god Ra and the Greek god Phoebus Apollo. It is a symbol of death and resurrection. Lately, the rising of the phoenix ritual is being displayed all around us, from ceremonies to TV shows, music, albums, and even some strange incidents around the globe. The question, why? According to Manly P. Hall, a 33-degree Freemason, the phoenix will rise again. The time will come when the secret wisdom shall again be the dominating religious and philosophical urge of the world. The day is at hand when the doom of dogma shall be sounded. The great theological Tower of Babel, with its confusion of tongues, was built of bricks, of mud, and the mortar of slime. Out of the cold ashes of lifeless creeds, however, shall rise phoenix like the ancient mysteries. the rising of the phoenix displayed at the London Olympics closing ceremony. Now, I know you guys remember seeing this. But see, they do these rituals right in your face. Observe carefully in the previous photos how they placed behind the phoenix in the background many blue, all-seeing eyes inside pyramids. You can see them right here. All right here. Look at that. Barbara Walker, in her occult book, Now is the Dawning, wrote that Egyptians believed that the phoenix was the representative of a god who rose to heaven in the form of a morning star, like Lucifer, after his fire immolation of death and rebirth. This is the satanic pyramid representing the New World Order of the ages being displayed at the London Olympics closing ceremony. They use these events to do rituals right up on us. How many of us realize it? Or we just think, oh, that's so cool, knowing that they're indoctrinating your ass. The pyramid, should be seen as a symbol of the Babylonian kingdom, standing its last ground against Jesus Christ, the sun god. Their final goal will be to unite all the nations under the new world order of the beast as described in Revelation 17. Talking about the phoenix, the pyramid, and the all-seeing eye, Manly P. Hall says, the combination of the phoenix, the pyramid, and the all-seeing eye is more than a chance or coincidence. There is only one possible origin for these symbols, and that is the secret societies which came to this country 150 years before the Revolutionary War. Most of the patriots who achieved American independence belonged to these societies and derived their inspiration, courage, and high purpose from the ancient teaching. There can be no question that the Great Seal was directly inspired by these orders of the human quest, and that it set forth purpose for this nation as that purpose was seen and known to be founded fathers, known to the founding fathers. Now you have the mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of prostitutes and of the abominations of the earth. Now we are in Babylon. Earth right here is Babylon. And especially in goddamn Los Angeles, Los Angeles. Now the phoenix represents the dying god that rises from the ashes and completes the capstone of the Illuminati period. It is the Antichrist, New World Order, taking over the nations. Manly P. Hall describes that dying god and the pyramid in his book, The Secret Teachings of All Ages. Now, does it even make sense why all of this information is coming out now? And we can clearly see that they are ushering in an order. Now, if you paid attention to wrestling back when it was WCW, it was all of these wrestlers that were known to be the good guys and some bad. They all came together and merged and formed this group called the NWO. And you would remember the song coming out when Hulk Hogan changed up his whole style, and you knew the NWO was coming because the music came on. It was like, and they held the horns up, and they would kiss the horns together. You remember that? I know some of you do, but some of you might not know it. But you're going to see some pictures on the screen that's going to make you aware of what was going on back in the days of wrestling. Now, diving back in. The dying god shall rise again. The secret room in the house of the hidden places shall be rediscovered. The pyramid again shall stand as the ideal emblem of solidarity, inspiration, aspiration, resurrection, and regeneration. Now that's a lot of Asians. As the passing sands of time, fury civilization upon civilization beneath their weight, the pyramid shall remain as the visible covenant between eternal wisdom and the world. The time may yet come when the chant of the illumined shall be heard once more in its ancient passageways, and the masters of the hidden house shall await in the silent place for the coming of that man, who, casting aside the fallacies of dogma and tenet, seeks simply truth and will be satisfied with neither substitute nor counterfeit. The phoenix of Bunu is believed to be a divine bird going back to Egypt. This phoenix destroys itself in flames and then rises from the ashes. Most occultists believe that the phoenix is a symbol of Lucifer, who was cast down in flames and who will one day rise triumphant. This also relates to the raising of Hiram, Abiff, the Masonic Christ. These were the immortals to whom the term phoenix was applied, and their symbol was the mysterious two-headed bird, now called an eagle, a familiar and little understood Masonic emblem. Now, we see the eagle all the time, but we're going to get right to it. According to the Forbidden Knowledge website, the double-headed eagle is probably the most easily recognizable Masonic symbol in the world, even more important than the square and compass / rule. Look at this. Number 33 and the Phoenix. The number 33 is of great importance in Freemasonry and in the Kabbalistic system of mystical numbers. It can be found in many instances in Masonic lore. For example, consider the number 33. The first temple of Solomon stood for 33 years in its pristine splendor. At the end of that time, it was pillaged by the Egyptian king Shishak, and finally, it was completely destroyed by Nebuchadnezzar, and the people of Jerusalem were led into captivity to Babylon. Also, King David ruled for 33 years in Jerusalem. The Masonic order is divided into 33 symbolic degrees. There are 33 segments in the human spinal column, and Jesus was crucified in the 33rd year of his life. I'm 33 today, and I wish a motherfucker, excuse my French, I wish somebody would try to crucify me at the age of 33. But this age of 33 that I'm at now I have come into a lot of ancient knowledge, and I'm able to tap into certain things and frequencies that I wasn't really able to when I was 32, 31, 33, and below. But 33 is in a very important age. Alchemy is a threefold art. Its mystery was well symbolized by a triangle. Its symbol is 3 times 3, 3 elements or processes in 3 worlds or spheres. The 3 times 3 is part of the mystery of the 33rd degree of Freemasonry. For 33 is 3 times 3, which is 9, the number of esoteric man and the number of emanations from the root of the divine tree. Now, see, 33, the powers that be, they talk in code, they talk in numbers. All things are numbers. They choose certain dates to do things. And if you add it up, it will end up in 13, 3, the 33, the 6, or the 9. You flip over the 9, it's a goddamn 6. So, 639. It all adds up. Masonic symbolism in 33 miners rescued Chile. On 2010, during the rescue operation of the 33 unfortunate miners in Chile, the following strange curiosities were visible. The date the rescue operation for the rescue of the 33 miners in Chile began on 10/13/10, adding up to 33. 10 plus 13 plus 10. The number of days that it took to dig the hole was also 33 days. The work took 33 days total. One day, a man said, Mikhail Prostakis, manager of Driller Supply Company, which participated in the drilling of the rescue shaft with a diameter of 66 centimeters, which is 33 times 2. Come on now. Truth right in front of your face, y'all. The name of the rescue device that brought the miners out from the belly of the earth was named Phoenix, which is the same name of the mystical bird that rose from its ashes. Any coincidences to you? I think not. Let's not forget that the name Phoenix is a mythological creature with great importance in occult mysteries. The bird is considered a symbol of accomplishment of alchemical transmutation, a process equivalent to human regeneration. In the mysteries, it was customary to refer to initiates as phoenixes or men who had been born again, for just as a physical birth gives man consciousness in the physical world, so the neophyte, after 9 degrees in the womb of the mysteries, was born into a consciousness of the spiritual world. Chilean miners were told to wear shirts with an inverted pentagram that said, "Thank you, Lord," in Spanish. Look at this shit. The inverted pentagram. A fact that we cannot ignore is that once the miners were rescued, they were told to wear a shirt with a symbol of an inverted pentagram, also known as Baphomet or Mendes goat. The shirt said on top of the inverted pentagram, "Thank you, Lord." Now, what Lord are they referring to? Could it be Moloch? The Baphomet? You see, you have to read in between things. The inverted pentagram, Baphomet, pagan deity known as Mendes sabbatical goat. Albert Pike in Magnum Opus writes, the eagle was the living symbol of Egyptian god Mendes and the representative of the sun. The phoenix bird of ancient Egypt was changed into the Masonic eagle, and the pike admits that the eagle is the symbol of the sun god and of the god of Mendes, both being common symbols to represent Satan. The phrase depicted below, the eagle with the 2 eagles, describe the phoenix bird as the Masonic supreme being or Almighty God in Latin. But why would a 2-headed eagle be adopted by Masonry instead of a 1-headed eagle? Masonic author R. Swinburne explains. When they, the pagans, desired to express the renewal or beginning of the year, they represented it in the form of a doorkeeper. It could easily be distinguished by the attributes of a key. At times, they gave it 2 heads, back to back. In time, this, a back-to-back key symbol, became the double-headed eagle of symbolic Masonry. And you know, this even brings me to when Drake, the rapper Drake, was battling Meek Mill. He came out with that song, Back to Back. You know what I'm saying? When he came back to back with 2 freestyles. That was all planned out because now him and Meek Mill are best friends today. See, all things are played out and they all have meanings. Psst. Here I am learning as I'm giving you information. That's how it happens. You know, you read information and then you pinpoint back to things that now make sense today. Crazy. The September 9/11 attacks and the rising of the Phoenix. The World Trade Center, Twin Towers in New York were destroyed in the 9th month of the 11th day of 2001, exactly 33 years after the construction work began. August 1968, at the first building location, North Tower. An interesting curiosity is found in the book of Revelation, 9:11, chapter 9, verse 11, when the bottomless pit is open and the forces of darkness are released under their king Apollos or Apollyon, the angel of the abyss or bottomless pit, also known as the angel of destruction. They have as king over them the angel of the bottomless pit. His name in Hebrew is Abaddon, and in Greek he is called Apollyon. Abaddon is the name of the deity that Freemasons worship, also known as the great architect of the universe, and sometimes represented as the all-seeing eye, the same deity that can also be associated with Horus or Osiris, the Egyptian god, and Zeus for the Greeks. See this face right here? And then you can somewhat see the phoenix rising over here from this tower. If you think the image of the right showing on the North Tower collapsing is a Photoshop, I strongly recommend you to watch the video. So I'm not going to play this video, but this link will be in the description so you guys can come back here and view this for yourself. And as we say in the crypto community, DYOR, do your own research. Now, Apollyon, the Greek name meaning destroyer, given in Revelation chapter 9, verse 11, for the angel of the bottomless pit, also identified as the king of the demonic locusts, described in Revelation chapter 9, verse 3 to 10, in one manuscript. Instead of Apollyon, the text reads Apollo, the Greek god of the death, and pestilence, as well as of the sun, music, poetry, crops and herds, and medicine. Apollyon is no doubt the correct reading, but the name Apollo was often linked in ancient Greek writings with the verb apollyomi or apollio, destroy. From this time of Grotius, Apollyon has often been taken here to be a play on the name Apollo. The locust was an emblem of this god who poisoned his victims, and the name Apollyon may be used elusively in Revelation to attack the pagan god, and so indirectly the Roman Emperor Domitian, who liked to be regarded as Apollo incarnate. Now, this even brings me to the cryptocurrency Apollo. See, names mean things. As DAI says, words mean things. So we have to think, why do these cryptos use certain names that they do? Why they use certain images that they use for their logos? You have to pay attention to this. This is not just done by accident. This is done on purpose. So also even pay attention to Ethereum Classic. They call themselves the Phoenix after the fork. So all things mean things. You just have to be aware and realize why and what the hell is going on. Now, as the initiate Mason goes through the 32nd degrees of the Scottish Rite, he surrenders his soul to the satanic occult and pursues blood sacrifice rituals. Excuse me. As the member progressed to the 17th degree, the Masons claim that a password will permit entrance at the judgment day to the Judeo-Masonic deity, the great architect of the universe. It is said that this secret password is Abaddon. Now, I was going to be a Mason, Freemason, 2 times. And both times, it did not happen for me. I believe God was watching over me and didn't want me a part of that because of what this really is. Now, my family is Freemason family. They are Freemasons. They are part of fraternities, sororities. Some of them are in politics. Some of them have been one of the biggest stars. The first Black African American Oscar winner. Now, I'm not sure if he is a Freemason, but, I have to question, how deep is he involved? Because I don't know. And, it is what it is.